Browns addressed linebacker with 2 of their picks. In the 3rd round, they selected Sione Takitaki from Brigham Young. In the 5th round, they took a linebacker from Alabama in Mack Wilson, who very well could have gone much higher in the draft. He kind of continues that Alabama linebacker lineage. Takitaki, on the other hand, is a guy who went from his own admission, knucklehead as a freshman at BYU, kicked off the team for a year to team captain as voted on by his teammates his senior year. Takitaki is described as a guy who plays, quote, with his hair on fire on every down, something he's done for as long as he's played football.
Where does it come from? Was it like that the first time you stepped on the football field? And what age did you start, and was that always your play style?
Yeah, I feel like since a little kid I've always played physical. I feel like that's how I was taught the game, from my junior All-American coaches, from my father, to go out there and play as a hammer. And so it's kind of the thing that's kind of stuck. I go out there, play real aggressive. I know when to be finesse and do some finesse moves and things like that. So, yeah.
I talked to your coach, your head coach, the other day.
Right?
He said that
that's my guy.
That's my guy. Yeah. And he said so many great things, but also that, hey, if anything, they had to try to get you to play under control.
Yeah.
Like because you're like so energetic out there. How much of that was a balancing act that you had to figure out?
For good and bad?
No,
what do you mean? To play under control?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes I can go out there and play with my head, on fire and things like that, and sometimes it can, definitely hurt us in one way. But I felt like once I got that together, I only forced that energy to use in good, and so, I feel like my last year, it's kind of really helped me upward,
I'm sorry. So the Browns
hopefully that answers the question. Yeah.
picked 2 linebackers. One's from Brigham Young and one's from Alabama. And the one at Brigham Young went 2 rounds earlier. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's, obviously getting drafted overall is really a great thing. You work so hard. Mac, myself, all the guys that got drafted work so hard to get your name called. And so to answer, I was excited, to get my name called in the 3rd. But that's not the end. I still got to come here. I still got to show them why they're right of drafting me. I still got to put in the work. I can fall over tomorrow, and hey, he's a bust. So definitely got to come here. I got to get to work. And prove them right. So.
Of the 3 linebacker positions, is there one that is your favorite? Is there one that you're most natural at?
I feel like I play all of them pretty well. And I feel like this last year, going to stack linebacker, playing behind the D-line, I barely got a full season playing linebacker. It was my last year at Brigham. I feel like I'm just touching the surface. So I feel like I got to get better at all of them, but I don't really have a favorite one. I like rushing. They definitely have their benefits of playing either or.
So your introduction to the defense so far and to Steve Wilkes, what speaks to you? What do you like? What do you feel really suits you?
Yeah, I feel like one of the middle backers, the Will or the Mike, definitely playing right there, true stack position, is definitely kind of suits me. Being able to run sideline to sideline, things like that, being in the anchor of the defense is definitely a good thing.
I don't learn that, I'm a great leader, a guy who's going to lead by example, a guy who's going to play hard, a guy that's, got a lot of ability to be a great, linebacker in the future. Just basically a person that, care about everybody on the team, just care about people in general. Just kind-hearted, I'm respectful and things like that. So I just want to, impact the youth any way as possible and continue to play what I love and things like that.
Do you have specific goals as to what your playing career is going to look like?
Not really. I haven't really just thought about anything yet.
What was it like going from, I know you mentioned all those guys ahead of you at Bama before you got in the starting lineup, but finally being a starter last year, and then how do you think you developed in that 1 year as a starter?
It was tough, just coming in. I knew coming in my freshman year that I had 5 to 6 guys in front of me, right? And I knew what type of challenges was ahead of me, so I could have easily went anywhere else where it was 1 or 2 guys who I probably could beat out and start. But that wasn't the route that I wanted to go. I wanted to go where I was going to be challenged. I wanted to go where, they got some great linebackers, guys who I can look up to, guys who I can learn a lot of things from. So My freshman year, I sat out, played special teams. I enjoyed that year. My sophomore year, I got a role of being the third down linebacker, so I made a lot of plays off that. And my junior year, that's when I started. So I feel like I was well prepared for it. It was fun, and you know, when you look at, you know, how many games I've started, it's probably like 16 or 17. And you look at guys like Ruben, Rolando McClain, Dante Hightower, they got 36, 37. So I really didn't have too much experience as a starter, but you know, I was willing to accept the challenge, basically.
Do starters at Alabama play in special teams?
Sometimes, depends on, you know, how everything's looking.
Did you-
If the young guys stepped up. Last year I didn't play. I probably just played punt. I didn't play like a lot of special teams.
Look at Ohio and Alabama. A lot of people from Ohio have never been to Alabama, myself included. A lot of people from Alabama have never been to Ohio. Does this seem like a foreign country to you, or what are your impressions of Ohio?
No, it doesn't seem like a foreign country to me. I mean, I haven't really been able to explore anything, but you know, eventually I will, and I'll be able to answer that.